In my opinion, right now, if you're trying to get into the real estate market, one of the best places to potentially do that is not on the resale side, but realistically, I think it's on the new construction side. There is a rising amount of inventory for new construction here in DFW. There's a rising amount of quick move-in inventory, so the stuff that builders have on their speculation sheets that they could close quickly and you could still get into a great home within as little as 30 to 45 days in some places. But the reason I think these are some of the best opportunities is because of the builder incentives that they're currently putting out. A lot of builders here in DFW have some really great incentives in terms of closing costs, in terms of interest rate buy downs, in terms of appliances, and just some of the things that they're doing. I think this is what makes it a really great opportunity as of right now, while rates are still high on average, to get you into a place that makes sense, because builders are throwing money at making homes attainable somewhat. So if we haven't met before, my name is Zach. I sell in new construction here in DFW. That's what my team and I specialize in. If you have questions, you want to reach out, we want to help you. We always put our contact information at the bottom of these videos. So if you have questions, please reach out. Today, what I want to actually show you is a handful of builders. So I've got 4 builders that are on my list of, hey, I like selling these builders. I think their quality is good. I think their customer service is good. I think the product that they put out is good. And I want to show you their current incentives, because some of them have some really good incentives right now. So I want to show you these incentives, talk to you about the builders, talk to you about what would qualify, what wouldn't qualify, and maybe even give you a couple of scenarios on like payments of like what something like this would look like and how it's going to play out if you choose to use these incentives. So I want to show you a couple things. Just again, my job is always to make you aware and provide information where I can, and hopefully it helps you in your home buying journey here in DFW. So let's take a look at a couple builders that are on my radar for the end of summer and their current promotions. Again, as always, these are subject to change based on when you're seeing these videos, but these are the promotions we're seeing right now. So if you want to capitalize on these, I want you to be aware. So let's go share my screen and we'll do a couple of these ones for us to look at. All right, so the first builder on my list, and this is not indicative of like, I think this is the best quality, I think these are the worst quality. This is just kind of where I started on my tabs. So my first one on this list, if you've seen any other of my videos before, all of these builders have been on my channel. I've talked about them at length. I've talked about my experiences with them. I've talked about my thought processes with them. But the first one I'm going to put on here is Trophy. And Trophy is relatively new here in the DFW marketplace, but they've taken a lot of ground very quickly. Their homes are going to have a little bit more of a modern feel to them. I kind of climate it to maybe a little bit of the California vibe. I don't know if it's that, but it's definitely more of a modern styling, modern design, and things like that. Usually their incentives are really good. They do a lot of production. They shifted in the last year. They don't normally sell a home or put a home up for sale until it gets past their frame and drywall stage. So they are moving homes a little bit more quickly. They're doing that, and Meritage has made that shift as well. And they're actually on this list too, so you'll see both of those. But what they're advertising right now at the bottom of their website says rates starting at 3.99 or $30,000 to use as you choose on select homes. So if we click on it and we pull up the details, you can kind of see they've got it outlined for those communities. I will tell you this 3.99 rate, because I've talked to a couple of sales reps in these communities that are offering it. This is a 3-2-1 buy down. This is not a permanent buy down. So this would mean year 1 at 3.99, year 2 at 4.99, and then years 3 through the life of the loan, so 3 through 30 would be 5.99. So 3.99 or 30,000 to use as you choose, and most of that usually means it's like 10 off the price and then another 20 in closing costs. So with this 399, you would get the rate, but you would still have to come to the table with your closing costs and your down payment. With this one, you could potentially use this toward closing cost and a rate buy down. So a couple of different communities: Seagull Hills, Creekside. So like Royce City, this is like McKinney, Princeton area. This is Lavon, Lake Haven. This is Farmersville. This is like Fort Worth side, Lavon, and then this is like Princeton, McKinney as well. So let's do Elavon. So Elavon in Lavon, and just kind of see. So 3.99 starting rate. And just see, what we've got on the list of homes for sale. Again, these are all for Trophy. These are all going to be quick move in. Most of these are closed within 45 to 60-ish days. I think to get that rate promo, you're probably going to have to be able to close within that time as well. So for example, we've got a 3-bed, 2-bath, almost 2,000 square feet at 369. I'm just clicking through them. 344 on a 4-bed, 2-bath. We've got a 309, 3-bed, 2-bath. So like 309, we don't hardly see that often in DFW. So 309 in Lavon. We've got a 492, 5-bed, 4-bath, almost, 2,937 square feet, 492, 5-bed, 4-bath, 507, 3,500 square feet. Let's take a look at this one just out of curiosity to see what we can see. So this one, you do have the study and 2 bedrooms, that's a primary and a secondary bedroom downstairs, bathroom, full bath here, and then upstairs you would get the 4 bedrooms, a game room, and a media room with 2 additional bathrooms. And this one was, like I said, it was, what is it, right at 500, 505. Was it that one that we clicked? 507. And like I said, they're advertising that $399 or $30,000 in promotional flex cash to close in those select neighborhoods. I want to go back. Okay, so new home. So those are the ones, communities, $399. So again, they're doing it in select communities, and then offer valid on homes that contract by 7/15. They will potentially extend that depending on when and how much money they spend on this. I would expect to see something similar to this extended. So $599 plus $10,000 toward closing costs on select homes that contract by 7/30. So Southridge, Devonshire, Dove Hollow, Tesoro Ranch, Stonehaven, Ventana. So again, another option here. If you want McKinney and you want to be in Painted Tree, so $30,000 to use as you choose. You can see those there. Cross Creek Meadows, the rate starting at 4.49 or $30,000 to use as you choose. Again, tons of promotions across all of their different communities here in DFW. From a quality standpoint, I think they're a solid starting point. Like if you're getting into the market and you're like, this is your first home, I think Trophy is a great point to start with. They're in a lot of different communities. They're continuing to expand. So this would be one that I would consider. Again, just want to show you what's out there, what's available, and what they're doing. So oftentimes where you see Trophy, there's another builder that you normally see, and that is Meritage. So you will normally see a lot of times in those spaces now, you will see Trophy and Meritage showing up in the same place. They've got some partnerships together where they're building similar quality, similar build out, similar design. I think the biggest difference, in my opinion, is realistically just the style of, Trophy's a little bit more modern. Meritage is a little bit more classic, traditional styling. But like we're looking at right here, sending summertime savings, so don't miss the lowest prices of the season on hottest floor plans with a 5.5% interest rate plus $5,000 in closing cost or $25,000 in flex cash. Now, when you see them advertising these fixed rates, so like Trophy was doing the 399, 499 thing, same thing, Meritage is doing the 5.5. There are probably some additional qualifications. I would guess those are probably FHA loans, and you have to have minimum credit score, minimum down payment, things like that. Or you get the flex cash to use however you want to use it. And then if you'll notice on their website, they're showing 298 quick move-in homes. So this is not like it's 1 or 2 homes here or there. They have a ton of inventory across DFW that you could look at, 298 quick move-in homes. Let's just take a look at, let's go here and check this out. So this is Simpson Crossing. This is the McKinney area. So up to the north, let's just kind of see what they've got listed on their quick move-in side, just for reference. Home of the week, special financing. We love to see that. So 3-bed, 2-bath, 1833. They currently have it listed at 409. Let's take a look at, let's go right here. Actually, let's see if we can find 4 beds. Okay, perfect. Got one right here. 4-bed, 3 full bath, 2,000 square feet, price $413. And again, you've got that 25 in flex with Meritage. Take a look at that floor plan. 3 bedrooms, all on the front side, primary on the back, which is fairly standard nowadays. It seems like most builders are putting their primary bedrooms on the back side of home. So 2,000 square feet in McKinney ISD at 400 plus the flex cash. This would be a good option to take a look at as well. All right, another one we'll spend a little bit of time here. Let me move myself out of the way here. Come on, Zach. This is the KHov website. So they are in several different communities as well in North Texas. The one I want to highlight really quick is Elevon. If I get out of the way, you can see it's a 4.99 fixed rate on select homes. I don't know how many homes they're advertising that on, but usually their incentives are really good as well, sometimes up to 3 to 4% of purchase price. And so again, another option with builders putting out really good incentives. 4.99 potentially on select homes. I don't know what that means. Usually it's a handful in every community, so like 1 or 2. Most of the time on those, you'll see when you see it on select homes, it's inventory homes that have been sitting for a while, that have been done, that they need to get moved. So when you find stuff like that, that's usually where you find those really, really good deals. So they're advertising that, and then any additional incentives on top of that. I would guess they're usually, KHov is usually around 2 to 4% of purchase price. So don't quote me on that. We just need to ask. Obviously, we need to go in if you're wanting to look at a KHov home, and we need to get you connected with the right people to ask the right questions to make sure we get the best incentives. So that's another one, kind of probably an honorable mention. I got 2 more that I want to show you that I think you will love. All right, this is another builder that I am, again, big fan of, done a lot of business with, personally built our home with. This is Pacesetter. They have a handful of communities across DFW from Rockwall to Forney. They have a ton in Salina, Melissa area. They've got Little Elm. They're expanding. They're mostly north and east and north right now. Wish they would go south, but they haven't yet. So they're showing right now, this is their flyer for their inventory. It says already reduced inventory pricing plus flex cash plus appliances. And then you'll see it down at the bottom, up to $45,000 in flex cash can be used for closing costs or rate buy downs. And then plus a pick 2 on appliances. So you could add in washer, dryer, refrigerator, or blinds. You would take your pick. And then at the bottom, you'll see that note that says incentives vary by community and home. Additional terms may apply. See the sales rep for details. So what I will tell you is this is probably my educated guess. This $45,000 is not going to be on a $300,000 to $400,000 home. You're not going to see that. I would guess in that $300,000 to $400,000, you're probably going to see somewhere between 10 and 20. This 45 is when you start getting into their bigger communities, their Nelson Lakes, their Gideon Groves, that north of 600 price point. So this is definitely like a more you spend, the more you save. There is a maximum allowable per the Linden guidelines of what they can give you. So $45,000. And then of course, if we go look at their website, they're showing a ton of different inventory. So we've got 84 potential quick move-in inventory homes. These are all going to be at various stages, but some of the stuff that again is done and is sitting, like every builder, they want that off their books, so they're willing to make things happen. One of the couple ones I want to highlight really quick is I want to highlight Nelson Lakes. I recently did a video on this one. This is a new community in Rockwall. This one, for example, is a 4-bed, 4.5 bath, 3,400 square foot house. This one is move-in ready, 3-car garage, and they had it listed, what was it, 730, 735, something like that. Give you an idea on this one. Very beautiful, very well laid out plan. So this would probably be one of those things that, like, up to that 45, the more you spend, the more you're going to potentially save on what they've got in their catalog. So this Nelson Lakes would be one that I would consider taking a look at. Another couple areas we might consider taking a look at would be if you're wanting, like if you're saying, hey, like I'm just looking for something simple to get myself started, I don't need a ton of space, would be this community right here. This is Lake Park Villas. It's technically a Wiley address, but it pulls for Rockwall ISD schools. Quick move-in wise, they do have a couple things listed, 289, 289, 306. So again, lower price point. Yes, it is a duplex. No, you are not buying this whole building. If you could buy this whole building for 306, I would have already jumped on it, but it is 1/2. So you have one side and then you have a neighbor on the other side. But as a good starting point, like I said, I think this community is probably going to be closer to the 10,000 in closing incentives based on just the price of the home, things like that. But they are offering up to the 45 in flex plus the 2 appliances. So you do have money on the table to negotiate with, to get price reductions, to get interest rate buy downs, to get closing costs. And again, as with every builder, as inventory sits, the ability to negotiate flexes more toward the buyer. That doesn't mean that you're going to get $40,000 to $50,000 off the price and get something like this from any builder. That just means that, again, if it's sitting and it's done and you can close quickly, you might have a little bit more wiggle room on those prices, on those incentives to get the things that you need to get. Best thing to do is just ask. Realistically, the best thing to do, take a realtor that can get you into those spaces and ask those questions. So that was Pacesetter, and then we will finish out our thing for today with, of course, with Highland. As you can see over here, they are showing up to $25,000 in savings. So we'll click for details. So 20 grand off the bat on any of their stuff, and then 5K on select inventory homes. So probably homes that have been sitting. So, and this one is, they're showing July 1st to September 30th. So they're carrying this one actually for the full quarter. So $20,000 on inventory homes, and then a select homes have the additional 5, so you get up to 5K. Again, those are going to be ones that have been sitting, that are done, that they need to get off the books, and it's running from now until September 30th. So to give you an idea on this one, they're showing these, and I've got my filter set. Let's see, filter set as anything that's done now. So there's 72 on the books that are done now, and anything within the next 3 months that gets us another basically 100, 162 homes, and I'm sure they'll probably have a couple more that get added. Let's just take a look and see. If you wanted to be in Solterra, which is the new community that's in Mesquite, we got one here, 5-bed, 4-bath, 2-car garage, 2,800 square feet at $525. We'll take a look at that. Take a look at that floor plan, give you an idea. 2 bedrooms downstairs, and then a study. And then of course, second floor, they added the 5th bedroom. You have the loft, and then open to below. And then this is a front entry, not a rear entry, which is awesome. We love that. So that would be a Solterra option. If you're saying, hey, Zach, maybe we want to be to the north. Like, let's look at, we've got parks at Wilson Creek. We've got a handful that are available there. Star Trail. If you're thinking, hey, we want to go to Prosper, complete and move-in ready. 4-bed, 3-bath, 2-car garage, 2-story, 3,000 square feet in Star Trail. This one is complete and move-in ready at a $900 price point. Give you kind of an idea on that floor plan. Take a look at it. And then they added the entertainment room on the second floor. So options there. Again, 20 to 25,000 in closing cost will make a significant difference when it comes to your monthly payment, when builders are giving you those kind of incentives. The math on those, so like when you're looking at your payment scenarios, if you're thinking about buying interest rate points, the simple math on that is 1 point is equal to 1/4% or 0.25. So every 4 points is a whole percent off of your interest rate. That 1 point is going to cost you 1% of the loan. So if you're getting a loan for $400,000, every point that you buy is $4,000. So if the builder gives you, if you have 20,000, that means roughly you could buy 5 points. Now there are other, that's the high level. Like there's some other details that have to be talked about. You got to talk about with the lender based on your scenarios. There is a limit on how far down they'll let you buy and how you can use that money. But the key is the builders are putting that money out on the table to make homes attainable. They recognize that we all thought at the beginning of 2024, we were all thinking, hey, the Fed's going to cut rates 2 to 3 times this year. That's what everybody thought. That's what all the articles said. That's what all the experts said. And now we've made it to July and we've just kind of not cut anything. So builders are responding accordingly to what the market is asking, to the demands of the buyer, so that they can continue to move homes. And right now, while the rates are what they are, we're going to see these high incentives. Once the Fed starts to pull back on these rates, I don't know what the builders will continue to offer. I know they'll offer something. I don't know that we'll continue to see $20,000 to $25,000, $30,000, up to $45,000 from some builders. We'll just have to wait and see. So my thought as always is, hey, if you need to move and you're looking to move quickly, and you want to try and get into something before school starts or right as school starts, inventory new construction is the best way to go. If you need help with that, as always, I would love to help you answer those questions. The team and I are here to do anything we can. And I will tell you, when those relationships matter. Like, again, I can't guarantee that my relationship with Highland or Trophy or Pacesetter or KHov, it gets us more money, gets you more incentive. I just know, like, when we continually do business with the same people over and over again, we continually bring clients to them. They want to continue to take care of our people. So take that for what it's worth. If we can help at all, or if you want to talk through any of these scenarios or best way to do this, or what actually might make sense for you, again, we're here to help. Our contact information, as always, bottom of the video. So reach out, do your thing. If you have questions, leave them down below. Would love to help any way I can. Appreciate your time. Thank you for your time watching with us, hanging out with us. I so appreciate it. We will see you guys in our next video. So bye for now.